Welcome to First Guardian Equities Weekly News Roundup. Moody's upgrades Sri Lanka's rating to Caa1, outlook stable. Moody's upgraded Sri Lanka's credit rating to Caa1 with a stable outlook, reflecting improved fiscal discipline and enhancing the attractiveness of Sri Lanka's financial markets. Treasury Secretary welcomes Fitch rating upgrade, SL officially exits sovereign default status. Sri Lanka exited sovereign default after a Fitch upgrade, marking a key milestone in the country's economic recovery and boosting investor confidence. CSE announces constituent change in S&P Sri Lanka 20 index. The Colombo Stock Exchange updated the S&P Sri Lanka 20 index constituents, providing fresh insights into the country's top-performing companies and market dynamics. Sri Lanka welcomes 2 millionth tourist for 2024. The 2 millionth tourist arrival underscores the tourism sector's strong recovery, driving revenue growth and supporting tourism-linked businesses. Exports top $14 billion mark in first 11 months. Sri Lanka's export earnings surpassed $14 billion by November, reflecting strong performance in the export sector and bolstering foreign exchange reserves. Central bank issues 8 new LKR bonds settling bondholders. The central bank introduced 8 new LKR bonds to settle outstanding bondholders, signaling progress in Sri Lanka's financial market stability. Sri Lanka elected to UN Commission on International Trade Law. Sri Lanka's inclusion in the UN Commission on International Trade Law highlights its growing global influence in trade policies and legal frameworks. PATA chief says Sri Lanka's tourism sector charts pathway to growth. The Pacific Asia Travel Association, PATA, chief emphasized the promising growth trajectory of Sri Lanka's tourism sector, vital for economic expansion. Inflation drops to -1.7% in November. Sri Lanka's inflation rate fell to -1.7% in November, signaling improved price stability and increased purchasing power for consumers and businesses. IMF to assess SL's tax revision plans. The IMF will review Sri Lanka's tax revision proposals, assessing their potential impact on fiscal stability and long-term economic growth. Export service tax cut to boost sector's growth, EDB chief. Tax cuts for the export services sector are expected to stimulate growth, enhance competitiveness, and drive foreign exchange inflows. Rise in European cruise ship calls at HIP in 2024. European cruise ship visits to Hambantota International Port surged in 2024, boosting Sri Lanka's profile as a prime destination for luxury tourism.